All right, so we shot a video of the Macan exterior. It's on our YouTube, so go check that out. But now we're going over a detailed review while driving the car. So let's get into it. So now we're driving the 2024 Macan GTS. Again, this car's spec'd in Python green, which I actually like. It's a color from like the Heritage GT3 RS, which is pretty cool. So you'll see it on a lot of 911s. It's not really a common option on the Macan GTS, but I love it. We got the 18-way seats in here. This car is spec'd with the Sport Design package, which allows you to actually choose this paint. And then you'll notice, I don't know if you could see, but you got the GTS piping also in Python green. All the deviated stitch is going to be in Python green in the car, which looks great. It is a GTS, so you do get Sport Chrono standard. We'll go over that. We'll push the car a bit later on in the video. We got extended leather, so I love that. Extended leather gives you consistency throughout the door panels, front and rear, as long as the full dash being leather. And like, you might not think that's a huge option, but it completely changes the feel and the look of the car. Like our whole dash up here is leather, or else it's like that, it's almost like that textile kind of pleatherish look, where this feels a lot more complete. Carbon fiber inside, so we got carbon fiber all through the front here, through the doors of the little panels. We got a carbon fiber steering wheel. This I love. We have an Alcantara Sport 911 steering wheel. So what that is the normal Macan steering wheel will feel a bit thicker. This feels a lot thinner, so it feels a lot better in your hands. And a lot of people don't choose, let's say, the Alcantara. And the reason why that is because like it can tarnish pretty quickly. But again, like I said, this is a 24. If you take care of it, it holds up pretty well. Like this car's got roughly 18,000 kilometers on it, and like this doesn't look beat up at all. Like maybe take your rings off. I don't know. Don't put hand cream on before you're getting in the car or something. And we'll kind of save this part of the wheel because it'll usually tarnish here and up here, depending on where your hand placement is. But yeah, I love it. We got Alcantara on the inner side of the seats, on the inserts, and then we got the leather on the outside. Again, the deviated stitch is consistent throughout the whole vehicle. So even the seats will be stitched in green. All right, I'm just gonna change lanes here. We'll push it a bit. Sounds good. You gotta love it. So a 2.9 liter V6. So if you don't know, the Macan GTS now in the phase 3 of the car, it gives you a refresh on the front and rear fascia. The rear diffuser on this car I think looks crazy. I love it. It looks great. Even the front, it's aggressive, it's sporty, but it's not too much. Kind of keeps the Macan heritage, but it's just a bit more aggressive. And then you'll also know that the previous turbo, so the 434 horsepower, is now the Macan GTS. Because the Macan GTS used to have 375 horsepower, but they put that engine in the Macan S for the new generation. So that might sound confusing. I'll go over that again. The previous gen Macan Turbo is now the Macan GTS, and the Macan GTS of the previous generation is now the Macan S. And I love that, and the reason why that is because in the previous gen, a lot of people just went with the turbo, with the GTS, because the turbo didn't give you the PASM suspension. It didn't sound as good as this. Like, I'm not even in sport, and it sounds great. It holds the RPM incredible. PDK transmission again. I think it's the most superior transmission in the world. You could say what you want, but listen to that. I just put it in sport. It automatically shot me up to 3,000 RPM. It noticed I'm not pushing the car, brought me back down to 2,000, and now we're just cruising. but the wheel's stiff. The feel of the car, like the DNA of it, it feels a lot sportier. And in the turbo of the previous generation, like you just didn't get that. It was like you got a lot of horsepower, but it was almost like luxury focused, which like it's a Macan. It's not going to be that luxurious. Let's listen again. Oh. Sounds amazing. It feels great. The way the car shifts through gears. Oh, it's incredible. So we're just downtown Oakville right now. We're in normal. Again, the RPM feels great. I already mentioned that. But what I do love is the placement of the steering wheel. Like everything is pretty user friendly. Like if you push and hold this for 3 seconds while your phone's paired, which mine is, so I've got Apple CarPlay going right now. If you hold it for 3 seconds, it enables Siri, which is nice. So we'll demonstrate. Siri. And we'll cancel it. You just tap the screen or you can push the button again. It's obviously going to work a lot better than the OEM system, which would work if you just tap it like so. You'll see even the touchscreen changes. Tap again and we'll go back to Apple CarPlay. You got your volume on the side here, change songs, which is cool. If you don't want to push this left and or right, because that's kind of how it would work if you want to go into manual. On most SUVs, the button's actually here, which will allow you to downshift, upshift, hold the RPM as long as you want, which is actually pretty cool. Then you got your normal basic, answer the phone, hang up the phone. And this is cool, it's a shortcut key button. So you can program that to be whatever you want. Like you can program it to be your backup camera if you want. You can program it to open and close your garage door. That would be my personal preference. Just this way you're not pushing any of these buttons. You can just push this button and it opens and closes the garage door. Your heated steering wheel. I've had a lot of Macan clients not even know they have a heated steering wheel because it's hidden. It's actually in the middle of this button, or in the steering wheel at the bottom center console. You'll push it, you'll feel it, and it turns on and it turns off. And I do think it's pretty quick. And then you'll have your Sport Chrono. Again, I just went into Sport. You see the RPM, it absolutely jumps up right away. Sport Plus is where you'll feel the full capability of the 434 horsepower, and it is quick. Like it's quick. We'll test that later on, and I'll show you it on a road where we're not in a school zone. So I just put the car back into normal. Don't want to be too obnoxious. You've got people around. And that's pretty much it. Like you got your little clock here, which I love that Porsche does do. It does really change the interior. And I'm just gonna go left here, but wait for this guy. World Cup's going on. We got a lot of people promoting their countries on their cars. Love it. I'm Portuguese. This gentleman's a Croatian fan. He might not like me much after yesterday, but we don't have a flag on the car, so we are good. All right, so as I mentioned on the steering wheel, we're driving the Macan GTS. Like I said, everything is super intuitive to use, and everything that you would need to use as a driver on the road is pretty much accessible via steering wheel. And I'll go over all of that because you got a pretty good view of it right now. So you got your hands-free button here, change songs. You got your volume here. Manual. So in your normal car, you usually have to like kind of move the lever to the left-hand side to access manual mode. You don't have to do that. You can just push this button like so, and then you can manually change everything by yourself. And again, listen to the power of that thing. Like I'm not even in Sport Plus right now. I just downshifted twice, hit the accelerator, and we automatically received the power we needed. And a lot of times people say, why do you need a fast car? I'm just gonna use the reason because it provides safety. So if you're merging onto the highway and you wanna change lanes or something like that pretty quickly, I do think power is important for that because it does provide safety. But the real reason you need it is pure bliss. You need to smile. So When you're turning into sport, you got your sport chrono on the bottom right here. Again, boom, that's sport. Sport, I noticed in the car, opens your valve. Listen to that. You can go back to normal on the fly whenever you want. Engine braking is also great, so you can downshift, it'll slow down the car. And the reason why I do that is because it also saves your brakes in the longer run. So if you can get into a habit of that, I would try it. It does work tremendously. Answer, hang up phone calls here, and this button here is going to be able to be, it's like a shortcut key button, so you can program it to be whatever you'd like. You can have it change radio stations, pull up your backup camera, pull up your front camera if you're not in reverse. You could also have it open and close your garage doors. That's probably what I would use it for. And then everything is interchangeable via profile. So you can save that just on the door here by clicking set in one. And you can also program all of those specific features, seat mirrors, the way your steering wheel is set up, to the key. So you would just click set and key. So if it's you, your wife, your partner, whoever it is, your son, daughter, driving the car, you can pretty much just program specific features that they prefer to their specific key fob, which is cool. On this side, which I do love, torque split. So you'll have a pretty fixed tack here in the middle, which I love the RPM in the middle. That's where you want to see, that's where you are with the car. You got your speedometer on the left, and then you have a digital cluster on the right hand side. So you'll see things like torque, your TPMS, trip, navigation, that'll just tell you turn left, turn right, but you can also have your map here. And again, if that's too far out, you can do 3D map, which I like because it angles you down. So cosmetically, you can see that's a lot more visible. It's a lot more visually pleasing. And then you can manually zoom all while driving. So you can zoom into the street, zoom out, whatever it is, you can set that all up. And again, that's all able to save to your profile, which I think is pretty cool. Apple CarPlay, I'm set up. It'll show on the touch screen here. Nothing really shows here just because that's a different software they use, so that only displays on the touchscreen. The only thing that I'll knock about the Macan GTS, because I do think this car is perfect, is the Apple CarPlay. It just kind of sits in the middle of your screen. I wish it just covered the whole screen because this looks a little bit silly. Like if you click this button, the arrow, it almost looks like it can do it, but it can't. And then the infotainment also, it's driver focused. Everything you need to access while driving the car is on the left hand side. So you have your house on the top left. Again, I'm driving, my eyes are on the road. I can access everything quick. You'll have your navigation. It won't let you search unless you have the passenger airbag on, which I agree with. It's pretty dangerous to be looking for the right letters while you're driving. Your media, that's going to be your FM, AM radio station. You can change it at the top. Phone, my phone's paired, so click phone. You'll see you can use the PCM, which is the Porsche system, and then use Apple CarPlay. Car, that's going to be all your settings, so vehicle settings, how you want the vehicle to unlock, if it's just the driver's door, or you want, when you pull the lever, to have all 4 doors unlock. You can program all that to your profile. Apps, that's the My Porsche app, so that's the portal where you can lock the vehicle from your phone. Now, it doesn't have remote start, which I do think they miss on that, but it is what it is. You can't have everything. Apple CarPlay, again, we went over that, and then your sound system, that's where you can change your treble, your bass, whatever it is, and then you'll have your surround sound, which is nice. And we're pulling up to a street where I would like to show you the sport response button, because that'll be pretty cool to play with. We'll hop in front of this truck. All right, we went over sport chrono. One option I didn't show you yet is the sport response button. So no matter what mode you're in, you could just push this button and you get immediate power. So we'll demonstrate, push, and it just goes. Again, you turn it off by another click, but that's 20 seconds of maximum power. you'll receive, and 20 seconds is a lot in this car. Like, you can achieve pretty high speeds. We'll put it back in sport, downshift. Sounds incredible. The throttle, there's a ton of tension. Again, PDK, I know I mentioned it already, but I love how quick this transmission is. Like, again, we're engine braking, we're not touching the brake. If you're not used to that, try it out. I think it's great. Sounds incredible. All right, so we're back at MVL Leasing now. Thanks for tuning in. We'll be shooting a lot more videos like this, so let us know what you think below. And thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.